In tonight's episode, we need evidence if we're going to take down the devious Diablo of Carreta. Therefore, we need to go and search the crime scene, uncover any nook and cranny, and work out what the clues, what the signs, may be telling us. So please join us for Layton Brothers Mystery Room, Part 16. Well, greetings everybody, and welcome to Layton Brothers Mystery Room. I'm here with the beautiful, lovely, and rather tired Clary Pose.
Hello.
Why are you so tired today?
Because I've been very busy.
What have you been doing?
I've been doing a journey through time and space.
Was it the journey through time and space you expected?
No, it was a very different journey through time and space to the one I expected.
We saw stars and planets, the
and
kids'
aliens.
version.
Yes. Suitable for small children.
But nothing quite finishes a day of stargazing than solving a case of a walking corpse. I'm just going to turn the volume down slightly in my ear, as all I can hear is jazz trumpets. So here we go, the walking corpse reopening the case. Now, we had just had a confession from the mysterious Carreta, but then a bit of a spanner was thrown in the works, wasn't it? As he kind of said, well, actually, I was commanded by the demon Diablo, but we have still have a couple
do
of...
we believe him?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, he could just be completely lying and making it up, but I wonder if it's going to emerge that there'll be some sort of, someone taking advantage of his superstition and religion and exploiting the poor man.
Do you know who I think it is? I think it's Layton.
You think Layton's the murderer?
I think Layton's the Diablo.
Let's check the Diablo!
Yeah.
Dark Layton? Or normal Layton?
Dark Layton.
Dark Layton, of course. By the way, we still haven't seen Dark Lucy.
Well, have to keep watching, won't you?
Right, okay, let's go investigate the walking corpse. Here we are. It seems too incredible to believe, but there are two witnesses who saw the corpse lunge forward.
Were it really a demon at work, do you think?
Well, no, that just can't be. It's an elaborate illusion. Illusion meaning not real, I'm sure.
Thank you for that definition.
I'm explaining my terms for the children that are watching.
That means yes. That's got to be it. An illusion.
An illusion?
An illusion.
Illusion. And the person behind the illusion will almost certainly have left a trail of evidence, no matter how small. The prof has the proof.
And that's what we've got to find, right, Prof?
Proof. Proof for the prof. Let's start investigating that bad boy. That bad boy. Okay, find the proof that it was an illusion. Oh, we might actually have to go properly hunting now. Okay, well, where haven't we gone to investigate yet? We haven't looked into this pile of stuff. Suitcase, what have we got? Arlogi's suitcase containing his archaeological data and notes made of aluminium looks weighty, remains unlocked. Fishing tackle. Angling equipment designed for catching a very large fish. Complete set, including rods, lines, and cures. Here's the first spot. That implies we're actually looking for more than one bit of evidence that this is an illusion. Here's a window. Stone idol would have just fit through. Fair enough. There's blood in the chair. Let's have a look in crate A. The lid has been removed. Oh yeah, remember he said that there were some crates that had been disturbed. So here's the other two. Contains a variety of ancient weapons. That's awfully dramatic. And sadly, myself and Clary got a little bit stuck at this particular point, searching the entire room and even outside the hut for what this possible proof that it was an illusion could be. But after several days, maybe even months of searching, this happened. Okay. Well, the blood stain could be one, but you're not really seeing how. Oh, hang on. Look.
Ooh.
Did you see what I just saw?
I see an area that we haven't explored.
Scar in the corner of it. Rafter damage. There is a notch in one of the beams that supports the hut roof. It's newly created. I reckon it's that.
I reckon it's that too. Someone's puppeteered him. From a cord.
And rafter damage A. There is evidence, again, that there's a wire. So maybe they used that fishing stuff that he had.
Yes. To
First
puppet
spot.
him from the roof.
Go. Ah, well, that certainly points to the sort of illusion that I'm thinking of.
If I'm right, there should be another similar piece of evidence very nearby.
I think you might find that I'm right. Where's the second hoisting point? I resume my investigations, I zoom in, and I press it again. Here's the second spot.
Here, Prof, what do you make of these nicks on the beams up here in rafters?
Into rafters.
Into rafters.
Well, well, they look like they were made by a very thin rope or wire of some sort. Yes, very suspicious.
Aren't they just?
So, what do you think caused notches like these then, Lucy?
Fishing rod! Fishing rod!
Angling
Angling
equipment then.
equipment.
Exactly! It wasn't a bottle of wine.
We are on fire.
We're on
tonight.
fire.
It were the fishing line rubbing on the beam that made the notches.
Rubbing.
Rubbing on the beam.
Ribbing. I've come to the same conclusion. I just wanted to ask you to check that we're on the same wavelength or the same fishing line. Somebody threaded the line over the beams and then pulled them with considerable force.
Considerable force.
And there must have been something heavy on the other end of the line to counteract the force of the pull. And of course, we all know what that was, don't we, Lucy? What was the fishing line attached to? Well, the
I'm gonna
corpse.
guess the body.
The body.
Silly question.
Exactly.
Well, it was a body tied to the end of the line, wasn't it? What else?
Ah, well, indeed. The fishing line was passed over the rafters and was tied to the corpse. That explains how the killer made something spectacular appear to happen, which was, of course, what did the killer do with the dead body and the fishing line made the body
He
move?
caught
That
a
was-
huge fish.
I wish that he
What
did.
else would you do with
What
a
else?
fishing
What else
line?
would we do with a fishing line?
In the middle of a hut.
Wow. This game's being played. They simultaneously seem to expect this game to be played by 3-year-olds that ask a very basic question, but also want to have gory
Maybe
axe
it's-
murderers
Maybe it's a family game
for
for like parents to play with their children.
what? So the parents? No, because then I would get to the bit with the axe in the head and be like, "You're not playing that."
No, that's very true. It's not really PG rated, is it?
Anyway, it's your line, my love.
By tying the fishing line to Ology's dead body and giving it a good tug at just the right time,
Just the right doing.
the killer made it look like the fellow moved even though he were dead.
Ah, correct, which solves the mystery of the walking corpse.
Questioning session over? What questioning session?
Questioning each other.
Oh.
I questioned you, you answered.
Uh-huh.
Now the murderer vanished. Coretta claimed that he passed straight through the hut walls using some demonic power, but we all know such things do not exist. No demon truly exists.
Maybe not, but the door and the window are off the table and all.
The door and the window are off the table.
So just how did the lad do it then?
I don't understand what he just said there. Well, if the hut was genuinely locked from the outside, inside, it leaves only one possible conclusion.
Start questioning.
How did Coretta arrange it so the hut was locked from the inside?
Well, apparently there can be no duplicate key.
So we have to neglect that one, assuming the rest of the evidence is so. He killed Ology from outside. He killed Ology outside first. Eh? He hid himself inside the hut. Well, if he hid himself inside the hut, he could have been easily in one of those crates.
True.
But then that wouldn't explain how he got outside. But hang on, but you couldn't kill him with an axe from outside, could you?
You'd make a mess, surely.
Or just miss. Although it's possible he killed Ology outside first, then took them in, and then shut the door behind him.
I still think there'd be a trail of blood.
That's true, so he couldn't have killed him outside first. So I think he must have hid himself inside the hut.
I agree.
Because even if he'd killed him from outside, that wouldn't necessarily explain then how he kind of tied up the body and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? Yay!
Woohoo!
Exactly. We used logic there,
We did use logic.
and we actually got it right.
After he did Ology in, Coretta must have hid himself somewhere inside the hut.
Somewhere upside top. Very good, Lucy. I've come to exactly the same conclusion.
Then why do you keep asking me? Aye, that must be it.
I like to make sure that things are very, very, very clear indeed. Now, how many fingers do you have?
But where could he have hidden in such a tiny place as that?
Oh my
eh?
god, there's 4 crates
There's
right next
4
to you. This is,
crates.
oh my god. Perhaps we can identify some traces of evidence that show where Coretta was hiding, do you think? Right. Well, I mean, it's possible it's not the crates.
Yes, exactly. Let's investigate this thoroughly and properly. Like a
Find
good
proof that
investigator
Coretta
would.
hid in the hut. Well, let's go to the crates first of all. And assuming the descriptions not changed, the contents have not been taken, perhaps despite being of value. Contains a variety of I mean, he could have been hiding in that. Oh no, we know where the axe comes from actually. Proof he hid in the hut. Proof he hid in the. Oh, what's that? Is that another outside location? What's this? Oh, it's just the shopping block. Where would you look for proof he hid in the hut?
I don't know. I don't know what constitutes proof.
Looks weighty, remains unlocked. Maybe he hid behind the signs?
But where's the proof of that?
Find the proof that Coretta hid in the hut.
I mean, I agree that behind the signs would be a good hiding place, but I just don't know what proves that.
I agree. And so, once again, myself and Clary set upon uncovering every single bit of evidence and every single object and whatever in the entire room. First of all, trying things by logic, and then trying things by brain power, and then trying things through random chance, and then just trying things by randomly stabbing the screen with our closed fist. Until eventually, this happened.
What about the fact that the only spare key is in his body?
He doesn't think that's relevant either. What about the drink? What about the blood stain?
Yeah, bloodstain.
I don't think that's relevant, Lucy. Okay, what about this drink that he gave the prof? It's proof because he managed to give him the Coretta, the drink.
Ooh, we've got something here. This mark on the floor is a bit of an odd shape. I don't suppose it's related to where Coretta hid himself,
How are you supposed to
eh?
know that without clicking blindly through things?
I don't know.
It is an unusual shape, you're right. It looks like something must have been in the way of whatever spilled.
That's it.
Does it? This looks like it's been spilled on the floor. So let's try and think what might have made the spillage take this kind of shape. Although it does look kind of weird down there. But still, what made the stain take its shape? Like a piano? The signs? A chair? A case?
Well, so essentially something has been, the signs perhaps. I reckon that big sign has been pushed forward where there's that straight line on that drink shadow. It must have been one of these big signs. It must have been put here and got in the way of whatever spilled. So he was hiding behind the signs, which is the first thing
we
I
clicked
said.
in. Yeah. Judging by their size and shape, though, none of them could have stood up alone. They would have to have been resting on something. Any ideas, Lucy? The coat hook? Nothing was hanging. Yeah, it could be hanging on the coat hook. That's right there. Yeah, it must be coat hook. Not sure why that's particularly exciting.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The sign must have been resting on coat hook. In that position, it would have been a way at liquor that spilt, making that stain take on that peculiar shape.
And such a large sign would be perfectly big enough to hide a person from view.
That is what I said. So what's that? So that's that then. Coretta were in the hut the whole time, hiding behind this sign, hey?
Well, let's think about when the liquor could have been spilt before we draw any conclusions. Which card in the files indicates when the liquor was spilt?
You sound a bit weary.
Sorry?
You sound a bit weary.
So, wait, but you're just right, we picked the signs as the very first thing, and then we had to click on every single thing around the room. I looked around the hut, so there was no sign, I'm certain it was empty. I gave him some of the liquor, that's the last time I was in the hut. Well, there you go, it knocked the bottle over on the table, so no, it was not. Well, that's her saying that the bottle was knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be that, because it says in it, it knocked the bottle over. See, this is it. It's either, assuming that's exactly. It's either just here, read the English. I know you're stroking my thigh.
We should probably explain that.
Well, like in a reassuring, in a reassuring, calm down, dear type way. But it's just kind of like either read this ridiculous easy question or pick something ridiculously obscure. Yes, I'm having a grump.
You really are. It must have been when the dead fellow moved, he must have knocked over the liquor.
That's what I had concluded, because that was what the lady said. Which tells us that the sign must have been propped up on the hook at the point when the corpse moved.
Then someone must have put the sign back where it were after that happened.
And precisely. The sign is the answer to the mystery of how the hut was locked from the inside. Oh, something magical's happening.
100%!
Huzzah!
Now we've explained how the door were locked from the inside and how the body moved when it were dead.
Yes, and Coretta admitted himself that he killed a Lodgy. There's no way that he can talk his way out of it now.
So it looks like we've solved this one without you getting, all, worked up.
Yes, we don't need.
Not without you getting worked up, however.
No.
Well, that's a bonus.
A cup of tea or something.
Right, time to get Coretta back in then, eh?
And with all the evidence complete, we are ready to pin down Coretta, despite the fact that he has already actually told us that he committed the murder. I would be lying if I said I actually understood where this one is going, but I hope you have enjoyed getting frustrated at the game with myself and Clary today. Please do give the video a like if you have enjoyed it, and do subscribe to the channel, as the next episode will be out in just a couple of days' time. Take care, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.